I am right now at the Lone Star Museum, and I'm looking at a Curtiss A1 Triad. The Triad was named that way because it had a retractable landing gear. If you notice, that gear will come down, and they can land it on the on land and sea. Now, this particular airplane was built by Mr. Jim Harris. This was the first airplane ever to land on the water at night. This was the first airplane launched from a ship. This was many firsts on this model, but it's a successful airplane. This airplane is a DC-3. I have never flown on a DC-3, and that is part of my bucket list. One day fly on or fly a DC-3, and I have been very close to be able to actually fly it. You know, I have several friends. They flew the airplane, and for one reason or another, I was never able to go alone. This airplane, they changed aviation actually, fought in World War II, and they continue to fly this day. They continue to fly these machines for a living. This is the Falcon Gungnut. This is a British-made trainer. I think this is a Fairchild, the way it looks. Let me see. Yes, it is a Fairchild. Fairchild PT-19. I'm not too familiar with this airplane, but this airplane I'm very familiar with. I have a lot of hours on this airplane. Not on this specifically airplane, but a civilian version of it. This is the Cessna T-41 Mescalero or Mescalero, and it's the military version of the Cessna 172. I learned to fly on the 172 and the 150 back in 1980 when I first started flying, and I got my commercial on the 172 RG. There is a retractable version of this one. It's a complex airplane. It have constant speed propeller, flaps, retractable landing gear, but it is the same airframe, just different options on it. And I really enjoy flying that 172 RG. As a matter of fact, that I learned to fly aerobatics on it, and at the time it was illegal to fly that airplane that way, with a flying instructor named Aubrey Swissey, one of my heroes. That man can fly airplanes, or was able to fly airplanes. He was a World War II ace, and flew for Eastern Airlines. At the time when I learned from him how to fly, or some of my training, he acquired 35,000 hours on the air, and he was captain of the TriStar. Now, this is a coincidence because the airplane that I learned to fly is beside the airplane that Spark my imagination of flying, and this is the MiG-17. MiG-17 was the airplane they show me the flying was a beautiful thing. The MiG-17 and the MiG-15. This is built by the Soviets or the Russians. And this airplane, I was sitting at class every single day, and was near San Antonio Bay, Cuba, and they flew them out of that base, and they climb extremely a high rate, and they disappear, and then they will dive. I mean, they will dive straight down to the ground, and sometimes you can hear the sonic boom. So I'm not quite sure if this airplane was doing this sound, the sonic boom, or another, but we can hear the sonic or noise made by the airplane, and it sounds like a really high pitch noise when they were diving. And this is the contemporary. This is what they call it, the shooting star. It's a Lockheed T-33A shooting star. And it was kind of odd because this airplane was flying at the same time with that one. That's the Stinson. I have flown the Stinson. It's a really easy airplane to fly. Really fun to fly. Yeah, I may spoke is not the Stinson, the Stearman. I don't know about the differences in the model. It's many model, but this was a trainer. It was a trainer for the U.S. Air Force and during World War II. It's very slow, and it has a lot of torque. You have to really use that rotor. Well, I hope you enjoy it.